Hi everyone, I hope you're good guys and welcome for a new video. So today I'm gonna talk to you about this little box, which is the Microphonic Soundbox Mark II by Audiolife. And basically it's an amazing little wooden box, and with two microphones here. You have one microphone here you can hear and one microphone here. So you can hear it with reverb because I add some reverb because it's sounding nicer and less dry, obviously, with a bit of reverb. But I'm recording it as well at dry. And why I bought this little machine is because it's really nice for this kind of metallic percussion. You have springs, metal stuff, you have some rubber stuff, and with these two little stuff as well, and you have a bow, and you can like kind of get weird cinematic kind of stuff, and which is really nice that you can resample, put in the background. Same with the percussion, you can sample them and then after reuse them in your track. I have some ideas, so the first part of the video will be me showing you how to record this kind of stuff, and then later on we will go inside Ableton and modify this sample and see how they can fit into a track. So I prepare a track before without all the sample, which is sounding like this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to add some stuff on top of that, and yeah, try to create something. So yeah, let's dig into it. So as you can see, you have quite a lot of mess here and a lot of stuff, and that's the point of it. You have to be very creative and kind of trying to find new way to do things. You obviously always have like classical stuff, like you can play like this. Oh, just let me bring my headphone, and you can just it like this. It's coming with this little stuff, and you can have some beat. So that obviously you can record different kind of, you can tap, and you can this later on put it on your track from here, there, and you know, like kind of maybe using Euclidean rhythm as well to make them popping here and there in your track. This can be nice. That would be one of the ideas that I want to do. So you can create, you can try to find everything what you want to in your house and apply it, and that's what I've done. And you have a lot of things, and I'm gonna show you some classic stuff, but as well some more crazy stuff. So yeah, you can like rub this kind of a shaker. I like to use this stuff, this strap, because it's softer. So if you just do like this, you can maybe get a hat. And so yeah, the idea basically, it's I'm recording a lot of stuff. I put it on record, it's on record, and then after I will select all the sample I like, and I will go in Ableton and we will try to add them to the track. So yeah, now it's just like playing around, trying to find interesting sound, and see, that can be interesting as well. And yeah, then you have this bow and this, so that's really nice. So here I don't have much space because the word is just there, but just to give you an idea, this kind of horror movie kind of vibes. And you can play with this one over. So it's kind of so that's kind of classic stuff, but then you can go maybe a bit different, and I have this, and you can use this actually as, so that's a bit more crazy, but you can get similar kind of. Oh, and actually when I, now that can be interesting. Let's try if we do both. Yeah, so as you can see, it's always like this. It's always, you have to, what I can advise you, it's going around your house and just imagine what you can do with, and what can be used. Everything which is basically metallic will be great. But yeah, I have as well this tape that you can, sorry, I like to use it like this, and you can you get this grip, which can be nice maybe for a hat. You can fold it and grab. So here you can get different kind of material. Basically, you can go on the shop and get different kind of texture. I haven't been because of the COVID situation, but I would definitely go to try to get different kind of texture that I can stuck on top of it. And yeah, what I wanted to do as well, maybe this side rubbing. And you can do as well on the metal stuff. One thing I like to do as well is take the battery and just oh, that's nice as well. And yeah, you have this. So basically when you bought it, it's just like this, and you can buy an extension with extra stuff like these rings, and you have like some extra springs, and then you can buy as well the bow, which is £30 I guess, or €30 and extra, and I really recommend to use that. You can use that as well on the spring, so you get this weird. So that can be great. And yeah, I have come here maybe. Why not? Yeah. You can eat. That's nice. So yeah, I like to take the element, do like this. You can even. I used to do like. Damn. I've lost one of the element. Hopefully there is a second one. And then after you can even add some extra stuff. I don't know yet. I tried to do some experimentation with that to have a different kind of. And you can take, I should have a coin, yeah, here. You can take the coin and like this, coin like this, so you can try different kind of stuff. You can't even take the plant. I don't know, it's really, don't be shy to try these weird things, because now we're gonna start to be a little bit more crazy and bring some other different kind of shit. So first things I wanted to do with this box, to put it close to the microphone, and I have this air dust. And I want to have a spray effect, so let's just do that, and it will obviously be recorded. So let's just yeah, maybe a longer. So that's gonna be nice as well to have a noisy ambience. That can be nice. Second way to go bit crazier is use this kind of stapler, and you can like to try to percussive, I don't know, like this. So just be careful, wear glasses because it can get crazy. But you can try to hit the box. I wouldn't try straight around the box because I'm scared it's gonna destroy the microphone, but you can try on different kind of spring as well. And yeah, that's kind of different kind of percussion that you can get for later. And even if you wanna go even further, like I said, go around your house and take everything you can think about it. And yeah, you can even grab this little baby there. And the thing is, I haven't put anything, you know, it's just this little stuff. But this, so one of the main problems you can have is like you're gonna hear the noise of the machine, except if you have a very silent one, but it's still working, and you can still like So I don't know how it's gonna sound, but you can go softer. And you can try with this stuff as well. So obviously, if you gentle it's better, and like this you won't have the noise of the machine. But like this, that can be nice as well for evolving ambience, because you see, because it's turning, it will always be changing and evolving. You can even try with the kalimba. And even on this. On this. Oh, that's nice. That stuff that you see, I haven't even planned to do that, was no in the plan in the video, but that's kind of stuff that happened with this box. Always try things because you never know what's gonna happen, and so then yeah, you can experiment with other stuff. There was you can get an extra package with as well with this that you pay. I don't remember how much it is, but I think €30, and you have like this kind of stuff more, and same you can do like. And that's the same, but yeah, everything you can find to in your house. And I tried to blow hair as well, but maybe it's gonna go through. But yeah, that's really cool box. And I haven't been yet to the shop to be able to buy different kind of material and different kind of texture. But when I will come back with even more idea. So yeah, I really love this box, and now we're gonna jump into Ableton and we're gonna edit the sample and make them to fit inside the track. Alright, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so here we are back in Ableton, and here we have our recording. So obviously I didn't remove the effect, but yeah, let me remove the reverb, and now you've got the. So as you can hear me talking a little bit. That will be basically something that you won't have because you won't have to talk. But yeah, some of the sample might have some of my voice, so I might just get rid of them. But yeah, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through all over the audio and select the part I like and I want to use in my track. So I'm gonna do that. Alright, so now you can see I've kind of cut everything what I needed and get rid of what I didn't want it. And one thing I've done, I've kind of color coded in the way like the yellow one is more like the one I will use as a shaker or percussive, but like more in the drum way. The green one is more like the key, more musical stuff. The blue one is more like all, which is like metallic and percussive, all of this stuff. And yeah, this is more like all the stuff I've done with the bow, or this is more like the kind of sound I will more use as texture or as a pad, this kind of stuff. And yeah, this way is just like was just to help me to know what everything is. This is like the spray, and I've got everything. So now what I would like to do is basically having them in the folder, and I can just drag and drop easily. So the way to do that, a quick way to do that is Ableton. Just select them all, and you want to select one, and you want to press tab, and you want to put them on the session view. And I'm doing that because it's this way you can just grab it and bringing it to your folder. Basically what it does is now you have all of your sample here ready to use, and you cannot basically drag and drop here straight away from there. It's, I don't know, it doesn't allow it. I don't know why. It has to be like from the session. Yeah, one thing you have to do if you want to crop them, I'm gonna take the example here. For example, so Control E, and like this, you select it, and just make sure you have a bit of fade out, especially this one, because was all the way a bit of tail. So here there is the effect, but basically if I want to try, you see, because I realized that the box, because of there is a lot of metal spring and stuff like that, all of the sample have kind of a metallic feeling. So yeah, and then usually like this is nice to first rename it, so metal perc, and then after you can do Control G, and you have your sample ready to go rename properly. So then you still have this date stuff that I'm gonna remove right now. All right, so I've edited all the name, everything is ready, and now I more or less have an idea of what I can use the samples. For example, all the bow sample, I can use them more like as textural stuff. Kalimba, I'm not sure if I will use it. Metal perc, I will like kind of putting with Euclidean sequencer and like making them hitting here and there along the track. So again, I will select the one I like the most, and this other perc maybe as well. I will put them in a track here and there. We'll see. Scratches, like I said, I'm gonna try to do kind of shaker or huts, or yeah, this kind of vibes, using them like noisy stuff. This again, I don't know if I use as ambience, or I will use like again like element that you put here and there, or maybe at the end of the bar or something like this. So yeah, this again maybe as huts or shaker, and then after you have this kind of texture that I've done with the you remember was with the drill rolling against the element. I will probably use as a texture as well, ambient, dip into a lot of reverb, and whoop perc as well, maybe to kind of create a different kind of percussion loop to use them. And yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get rid of these two track, and obviously the point is not to have like a high-end sound design tutorial, it's just like how I would use them in the normal time. So first things, I'm gonna use the texture, because so this I think can be nice because it's like a lot of variation, and you can. So that's easy way. What I would do is I would EQ it. First, let me put. So I'm gonna use, if I want to make an ambience, I'm gonna use my pad maker rack. I put it in the description. Obviously, for the sake of the video and to don't last 10 hours, I will kind of use my rack to speed up the workflow in the process. But you see, instantly you can get play the pitch down. So let's see with the rest of the track. This sounds good. The thing is, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna convert this in sampler, and I'm gonna make it loop in up, add a bit of crossfade. So here, if you even wanna have your pad even more evolving, you can use auto filter instead of this, and use the LFO to kind of modulate your filter here. I'm not gonna do it, but yeah, that's kind of stuff that I will do. And then I just press one note up, and I will put in legato, and that will be our first use of the sample. Okay, cool. Control S. Now let's try to use our Euclidean sequencer. And here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a drum rack, and I'm gonna sequence randomly percussion. So let me activate everything, remove the MIDI, act the sequencer. I'm just gonna check that they're all just playing one note, and they need to be playing C1. And now I just need to find 4 percussion, and so I'm gonna go with the metallic one, and I'm just gonna pick up the one I like the most. Alright, so I've picked up this 4. And yeah, the point is to make them play here and there a little bit in the background. So I'm gonna use echo, and I'm gonna use a reverb. So maybe a bit more of dry wet because you wanna put them in the background. Maybe not too much feedback, but yeah. So let's see now how maybe no ping pong stereo. And yeah, and the idea is using Euclidean rhythm to kind of always get different vibes. So I'm gonna use a lot of steps because I don't want to play them too often. Make different kind of number of steps. Alright, so obviously this is playing too often, and so you can really reduce the speed there. And one thing I like is add autopan as well. Like this, it will kind of not always hit at the same place. You can basically use different pan for each sample actually as well. You can work as well, or you can just like use autopan and yeah. And yeah, this way. So obviously it's very subtle, and I don't want something to come to. But yeah, that's kind of stuff I like to do in my track as well. Now we can create something more concrete, let's say, and let's add the percussion loop. So I have this wooden stuff I wanted to use. And yeah, let's maybe add a drum rack again to have them all there. And then after I can just select the one I like. Yeah, and one thing you can do as well here, it's I have some other perk like this that maybe, you know what, you could like change them. And maybe you can add them as well. There was this kind of stuff. And you see maybe this one, maybe this one. And so obviously here get different value. I'm just gonna put them randomly, but you can do something similar. And again, very slowly. Maybe inverse the autopan, like this is gonna be different than the first one. So yeah. So here I didn't chop it properly, this sample, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. But yeah, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring everything in mono because. Okay, and I'm gonna use as well for a drum perc. I'm gonna use my rack again. It's just because to make the process quicker and give you idea. But yeah, already you can go there and make a perc group like this maybe. Maybe a bandpass filter. Let's see how does it sound. Yeah, and you got percussion as well from that. Okay, how else I can use? Then after you can put some random perc here and there without obviously using the Euclidean rhythm and just like do it manually. And actually I didn't use, you can use maybe this. I like this one because this one is a bit aggressive and I'm gonna reduce the volume, but I guess with some reverb it will sound nice. Oh, you need to go there. So yeah, this one, let's say playing at okay like this, but maybe every okay, I obviously need to make this longer. Yeah, and again change the length, make something different than 16 or 8 like this. It will kind of be doing polymeter kind of rhythm. So this is can more be like a FX, and this was like a perc loop. And yeah, already you got and yeah, you can keep going basically. There is one more stuff. I didn't use the kalimba, but you can use it. I found it a little bit like too much, honestly, this kalimba. But yeah, this you can add as well. Exactly the same way I've done with this SFX, you can do with that. And yeah, I wanted to. You can use the spray as well as the ambience. Yeah, I wanted to try to use the strap as a shaker. So this sounds good. And then again you just so you can pick up the one. Maybe this one. So here again I'm gonna put it mono. And I'm just gonna add a bit of reverb. And maybe a bit of overdrive to kind of accentuate this shit. Okay, no, that's not the one. High pass filter. Okay. Okay, let's see. how if it's working like this as an offbeat hat. So it's pretty aggressive. Yeah, that can be. Here what I've done basically is I've because the attack is too long, so I've kind of put it the starting point a bit too earlier, but I had some attack with the envelope, amplitude envelope around 20 milliseconds to kind of give this shaker. So yeah, instantly, if you remember, what was just at the beginning without... Oh, actually, let me do like this. So yeah, instantly you can get a nice texture, but here I might overdo it, obviously, because for the sake of the example, but you can like, I like to, for example, do just one with the Perc and maybe a hat or maybe a SFX. Yeah, that's a great tool, Soundbox, I like to use because you can already basically do what you have in your mind. You know, you don't have to look at in your sample library. You just think, okay, I need something like this, more metallic, long or that short, that percussive or that not percussive. Maybe something more like a rubby sound, like it's gonna rub. And with this toolbox, basically just plug, do your stuff, record, and then you've got it, you know. And so that's what I like about this box. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you liked this tutorial, and see you soon, guys. Bye bye.